up, you guys, and welcome to Adulting with Joyce Pring, the how-tos of your 20s told by a 20-something-year-old, traversing through adult life expectantly and with gusto. Don't forget to check out joycepring.com for the show notes and use the hashtag Adulting with Joyce Pring for all your comments, suggestions, and hopefully non-violent reactions. All right, what's up, you guys, and welcome to another episode of Adulting with Joyce Spring. We are doing the podcast remotely because obviously, my gosh, I just finished watching the news. The president just declared Luzon-wide community quarantine, also known as lockdown, because of the COVID-19 pandemic that is also happening here in the Philippines, obviously all over the world, thus pandemic. But now we actually have the chance to guest a good friend of mine. We've been trying to have him on the show for the longest time. For some reason, we never had the chance to, but now we have the one and only Chef Ed Bugia on Adulting with Joyce. Hi, Chef.
Hi, Joyce. Hi. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. How are you? Were you watching the news kanina?
Yes. And actually, I was also watching the what do you call this? The cabinet meeting now, the cabinet press conference.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scary times, but we have to move on.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. And I actually guested you now on the show because I was thinking like of the perfect person to talk to with regards to owning a small to medium scale business. And that's you. You're a chef. You're also a restaurant owner, right? And so we'll get to that in just a short while. But before we go into that, ano muna tayo? Positive vibes muna tayo.
Sure.
Chef, tell us about how you started, working as a chef, working as a businessman, putting up your own restaurant.
Oh, this I think most of the people close to me know my story. I wasn't actually a chef to begin with. I worked in corporate. I was, I don't know, for a couple of months. I worked for for one of those big multinationals. I was doing events for them. Then I figured one day, hey, you know what? This isn't for me. So there, I got to my car. My windshield had a flyer for a culinary school, and that was it. As in, the day I resigned, really, the day I resigned, I went to the parking lot. My car was there. So I go, what's this? And then sabi ko, culinary school? What in the world is culinary school? Went straight to the school. The day I resigned, I saw this really poggy chef who's now a good friend of mine, Chef Rob Pengson, if you guys know him. So Chef Rob Pengson was there, and I said, what's this? So you're going to teach me how to cook? Then the rest is history. I also, after graduating from culinary school, I taught for a couple of years. I was an instructor for 3 years. I taught for 3 years. Then the last half of my last year of teaching was really difficult, because that was when I started opening my first resto, which was Pino. Pino opened in 2008. I thought I could teach and cook and run a resto at the same time. That was one of my biggest mistakes. You can't do that. So I was so tired. I would wake up the following day still wearing my chef jacket from the night before. So I go, something had to give. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to continue teaching. So from there on out, I pursued my restaurateur dreams also, and business. So there.
Yeah, I mean, the first time that I heard about your story, I was really inspired and surprised because I took you for somebody who had always wanted to be a chef and to be a restaurateur, right? Like the way that you do your work and the way that I see you with your restaurants, I was like, I mean, this guy was made to become a restaurateur. So when you saw that flyer on your car, did you already have an idea that you wanted to become a chef, or was it just kind of one of those things that fell onto your lap?
I was surprised because I never knew I would be good at it. You would go to exams. You would go through. Oh, why don't we take a certificate course first before doing the whole shebang, the whole diploma course? Then right after my 1 month certificate course, a lot of chefs wanted to hire me already. They were like, "Hey, you're good at this. How long have you been cooking?" I said, "A month." So. the whole month that you were teaching me, So I didn't know I'd be good at it. So now that I actually know when I figured out that I could make a living out of it, that's when I decided to pursue it like wholeheartedly. After a year of working for these chefs, I went back to school actually to take the whole diploma course already. So I wasn't
Mm.
just a certificate course holder anymore. So I became a diploma course holder. I also have a certificate in baking and pastry. People don't know that I can actually bake also. I hide it because
Yeah.
when people find out you're a baker, everyone says, "Hey, can you make me a birthday cake? Can you make me cookies?" You know, it's
That's right.
I
I'm glad you never
can.
told me because I could have probably done the same thing. Like,
you know,
chef, sige na.
I can, but it takes so long to bake, so I stay away from it a bit. But yeah, so that's my short story about what really got me to cooking. Within the family, my parents cook. My parents are good cooks. My lola is a good cook. As
Mm.
in, I think most Filipino households really learn their recipes from their lola. Little known fact: most of the recipes in Pino is from my lola because they don't actually teach you Filipino cuisine in culinary school. They
Oh,
won't
do
teach
they
you how
not?
to make it. No, because when you enroll in culinary school here, it's French cuisine. The basis is French cuisine.
Ah.
That's why when you meet yung mga bago, yung mga estudyante, mga fresh grad,
Mm.
puro French terms sasabihin yan. Hey, I'll make you a coq au vin. I'll make you beef
Wow.
bourguignon. Diba? Puro French. That's our
Mm-mm.
training in culinary school. You will never hear them say, oh, mas gumaling na ako magluto ng adobo. I'll cook you adobo. Diba?
Oh, iba
So you
talaga yung
learn that.
basis.
Yes, so you learn that from your lola. She taught me a lot, and of course Filipino cuisine. So that is the basis of my first resto, which was Pino.
I know, and Pinot is amazing. I remember like trying it for the first time and just loving how scrumptious and how adventurous the food is, even though it was like familiar food. Kasi nga Filipino food, diba? It was always like a different twist to it. So it's amazing to have to know the story of how you started from like not really wanting to become a chef to all of a sudden owning your own restaurant. Was it ever hard for you to figure out what you wanted to do in life? Because I feel like a lot of people now, that's what they struggle with. And you saying that you just kind of winged it and you just decided upon, okay, I quit my job. You didn't exactly, from your story, you didn't exactly know what you were going to do afterwards. You just kind of went into this path of self-discovery. Is that how you usually operate?
Yes and no. When you're
Mm,
younger, you have less responsibilities in life. You
yeah.
probably still live with your parents. You don't have a family to feed and support, so you can actually function. You're more agile. You can work without a safety net.
Yeah.
That's when you're younger, and sometimes you can actually tell people, yeah, you think this is a hobby, but this hobby of mine will turn into a livelihood for me in the future.
Yeah.
So whatever you call this right now, if it's a hobby, I'm going to take my time mastering my craft, and then mastering my craft, and then trying to earn from it in the future.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it starts. When you grow older, though, you suddenly have bills to pay. You suddenly have to pay for your mortgage.
Yeah.
You have to think, hey, I want to start a family, so I need to start saving up for education, for milk and diapers. So hindi na siya it's not that easy anymore to say, yeah, let's just wing it. Let's resign, and let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm also a restaurant consultant. There are a lot of people who approach me and say, Chef Ed, is it okay? I want to resign from my job right now. I want to open my own resto. that's
What's the usual
that's
answer, chef?
my
What would
usual
be your answer?
answer. I always say, "What's your plan?" When I see that the
Mm.
plan is so hilaw, it's just because they want to follow their passion or it's their dream. I tell them, hey, it's not my job to tell you not to pursue your dreams, but
Yeah.
there's something wrong with your plan. You need to make this, and this. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't have a safety net, I always ask them, pamilyado ka ba? May umaasa ba sa'yo?
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to do a year without salary? They get shocked. I said, a little known fact is Pino started earning only after year two
Oh
before it
wow.
exploded. Two
It
years we
took
didn't
that
pay
long.
ourselves.
Two
Oh,
years.
our inside joke, our running joke between us partners, there's three partners. There were three of us. running joke namin, nagcha-charity kami eh. We're just paying our employees.
Happy lang kayo
No?
na may trabaho yung mga tao sa paligid nyo,
Oo,
ganun.
ganun. We're like, happy, ganyan. Tapos tayo, luto-luto, may resto kami. Parang ganun.
That's
Then
crazy.
after 2 years, it hit critical mass. It started gaining a following. And then that's when we started earning.
And how do you stick around for a business when it's not earning at the beginning? Like, what do you keep telling yourselves during those times in Pino for 2 years?
In the restaurant industry, it's very important to be top of sight, top of mind, because
Mm,
there's too much competition now, especially now.
yeah.
You patol ka sa lahat, kahit some weird cable channel that wants to interview you that you've never heard of, you say
Yeah.
yes.
Marketing is key.
Yes, yeah. Some YouTuber who says, "Hey, I want to interview you for content." I'm like, sure. I mean, I'm just gonna feed you anyway. But it's you have to be smart about saying yes to who to say yes to, but
Yeah.
also sometimes you just have to say, excuse my French, but F it, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah.
it. Let's
That's
let's
true.
let's feed you. Let's eat. Let's do something fun.
Hmm.
There,
And
it's yeah.
yeah, and I think, it's while you're talking about that story, I also realize that when it comes to business and when you are turning your hobby or your passions or the thing that you love into business and you're being smart about it, you always have to know how much you're willing to bet. Right? Because it's an investment
Mm-hmm.
talaga. Eh. You're not just gonna bet your money, you're gonna bet your time, your energy. As you said, the effort moment, which is really just putting all your coins into one basket and saying that I believe in this product and in this vision and in this project of mine, and I'm willing to risk everything. And I'm also willing to do everything that I can to make it work, right?
Yes, the term for this is your risk appetite.
Mm,
How big is your risk appetite? Are you willing to take that risk? I know I've done business with a lot of people na, teka pare, parang wag ka na lang kaya maging entrepreneur kasi yung risk appetite mo sobrang liit. 'Di ba? Yung konting
mm,
lang, they don't understand
mahina
that
loob.
businesses, may valleys yan, nagpa-plateau yan sometimes. They don't understand the peaks and valleys are natural and are normal. So
Yeah.
for them, parang, okay lang yan, kailangan lagi, sa corporate world, maganda benta namin eh, gito. Pero in reality, pagka sa business, you're not that established, you're an SME, which usually, that's the category where 90% of the restos fall under here in Manila. If you're
Yeah.
a small, medium enterprise, it's not that easy. You will hit those
Mhm.
peaks and valleys.
Yeah. And it's also a lot of adjustment, I'm sure. And you mentioned it earlier, it's very different from
Mhm.
corporate life, right? You were doing corporate life a long time before you turned into a chef and then into an entrepreneur. How different is it, chef?
Um, it's very different. Like, there are months na you have to tell yourself, you know what? I can't pay myself this month. I don't have a
Mm,
salary this month because I have to pay my employees. People say, "Oh, hey, Christmas, you probably pay yourself 4 or 5 times during Christmas." It's not true because I have to pay 13th month, 'di ba?
yeah.
So it's not that easy. People have to understand that the restaurant industry has the smallest margins out of all industries. We take home, if you're lucky, you take home 10%. No,
That's
that's
crazy.
super nipis niyan. Yet people say, "Hey chef, how come everyone still opens restos left and right, restos here and there?" It's because everyone eats. Because people love it.
Especially the
People
Filipinos.
Filipinos are so hospitable. We're crazy, nuts hospitable. We're
Mhm.
like, oh, you're a balikbayan, you're a foreigner. Let's go out, let's eat. There's nothing else to do in Manila. Uh, I had a couple of relatives who came home for my wedding. They haven't been home in 40 years, no, here in the Philippines.
Wow.
So sabi nila, what can we do? We ate and ate and ate and ate. And then sabi ko, no, let's show you the other tourist attractions. Let's go to Intramuros. Let's go to Binondo. So I took them there. And then when we got there, we still ate. And then,
Yes.
so so you eat everywhere. That's how it is here. That's why the
Yeah.
restaurant industry is booming. You play
Mhm.
your cards right, you can earn. You can make money, but it's really a huge risk, and the margins are so slim. You have to do it really, really smart.
And
You
it's
can't.
crazy because it's
Yeah.
constantly changing also, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like especially here in the
Uh-huh.
Philippines, for a while the food carts, the food parks, they were booming and then they just kind of disappeared.
Yes. There are trends every year. One of the networks always calls me and says, "Oh, hey chef, it's our annual episode. What's trending in the food industry episode? Can we interview again?" Um, and then part of their interview is always, "Oh, bakit namatay itong trend na to? And why do you think
Yes.
this trend will explode this year?" I always tell them, you know what? I don't know. Filipinos are they have brand loyalty, yet they're also fickle. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, food parks, you will not even find parking. They're gonna cause so much traffic. Then, di ba, isang snap lang. Next week, walang katao-tao. No reason
Mm-mm, that's
why.
true.
Di ba? It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah,
Mm,
it just kind of it fades in and out like that in the
mm-hmm.
food industry, which is also quite interesting how you've stayed afloat and you've been doing business and you've been doing a lot of other work stuff related to being a chef all of these years. But recently also, apart from the businesses, you just got married.
I did, and so did you.
Yeah. Congratulations to us. We were
Yes,
I
yes.
guess we were just like 2 weeks apart, right, chef?
Yes, around 2 weeks apart. Congratulations
Mm-hmm.
to us. That was
Congratulations
fun,
to
right?
us. Yeah. I mean,
That was fun.
how was the experience of getting married? Was it difficult choosing the food that you were gonna serve in your own wedding? Because you're a chef. Is that a thing?
Oh, it wasn't difficult. I kind of knew what I wanted because
Mm-hmm.
it was part of the theme. What's difficult was, I think the caterer was super stressed. The caterer was super
Oh.
stressed because they were so pressured. They're like, for me, they're the top caterer in town, as in number
Yeah.
one. As in, when you say catering, well, I think top of mind yan. Can I say
Mm.
the name? It's
Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead.
it's Bizu. It's Bizu.
Mm-hmm.
By the Tangkos. I remember when I was still a student. We were actually batchmates ng owner ng Bizu.
Mm.
We made a weird pact that when we were still students na, hey, pag kinasal ako, ikaw mag-cater ng wedding ko ah.
Totoo ba?
Totoo
No
yan! That was years
way!
ago. Yeah, and then we
Oh
were
my
just laughing about
gosh.
it. We were just laughing about it. And then culinary school. I was single for 9 years. I think you know this. I was single for the
Yes.
longest time.
Oh my gosh, we were
Um,
single at the same time, and that's why we became super close.
yeah.
Remember, like we were partying, we were hanging out all those
Yeah,
years.
all those years of being single and having fun. But, during this time, I would always attend the wedding and I would see them there and they were saying,
Yes.
"Oh, kailan ka na? Kasi, we're ready to cater your wedding." The day I proposed, I remember a day after, a week after, I messaged them. I said, "Hey, I proposed na. Ano na?" And then they were so happy. I guess they regret that happiness now because when it came to the wedding, they were so stressed. Ako lang daw for the first time yung kapag ka may tasting, yung may comments. Usually daw
Uh-oh.
when they make pa tasting, they're like, okay naman, maalat, ganyan. Ako yung
Uh-oh.
comments ko raw, what if you change this into this? What if you make this, ganyan?
Mm.
What if you change the oil for this? So we had a total of 4 tastings. They even sent food to my condo for approval, ganong levels. So
Napaka-specific. That's crazy.
it was fun because we wanted it to be a project na they've never done that menu ever before.
Mm.
Never. So,
Yeah.
and that style, it was like, our peg was nice, a country fair na parang for sharing yung food, you just put it in the middle, it's like a feast, diba?
Yes.
Parang Game of
Salo-salo
Thrones
style,
lang,
actually. Oo.
salo-salo, yeah, so put the
Diba?
food and then celebrate, ganon.
Mm-hmm.
So, it had its difficulties, it wasn't perfect, but at the end of the day, our guests said they enjoyed, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and the food is amazing. I have to tell you, it was a
Thank
really
you.
fun wedding. The food was amazing, and just to
Thank
see
you.
you really marry the love of your life was great too. So now,
Thank you.
amid the coronavirus, you are stuck at home with your new wife. How's the adjustment
Yes.
been like?
We've barely been married a month. Hindi, lagpas 1 month na. Yeah.
1 month na ba?
I'm, wala. Oo! Oo naman. More than a month na. Yeah.
Really? When was your wedding?
I got married Feb 22.
Dude, it's March 16 pa lang, di ba?
Oo nga, no? Hina ko
So
sa
less
math.
than a month.
Less than a month. Sorry. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's all
I
right.
thought it was April already. Ang
We're
weird.
both married. I know it feels longer than
That's funny.
Yeah.
But
And true.
you know, it is parang pinayagan tayo ni God tayong dalawa to get married. Nagbigay siya ng window sa atin dalawa. Parang, di ba, right
Super.
before our weddings, it was Taal.
Taal. Mhm.
And then right after our wedding, that's when the NCOV scare started gaining traction. Di ba? So parang pinayagan tayong dalawa. We were so thankful. Sabi namin, Lord, thank you. Ano, as in maluha-luha kami. We were like, thank you. Pinayagan mo kaming ikasal muna. I know a lot of people right now who couldn't push through with their weddings because of the lockdown.
Even Richard
mm.
Gutierrez and
Talaga?
Sara
Siya rin ba?
Labati, right?
Oh
Yeah,
my
kasi they were
gosh.
supposed to have a big wedding, so they just had a parang munisipyo wedding ata.
Well, that's
Yeah.
nice. At least natuloy pa rin nila.
No, natuloy pa rin sila.
There's a lot of adjustments. Walang, when I love watching legal shows, like mga lawyers shows, like Suits and all, and they always say, and dati nung bata ko, Ali McBeal, nalala ko yan, lawyer.
Yes.
They would always say, there's always, precedent for this, you have to base it on this case, ganyan. Now we don't have anything. There's no precedent for this. We tried getting data for the F&B industry, no, 2003, SARS. We tried going that far back. The problem is SARS ended after a quarter. Then the economy picked up na again. People are saying projections for NCOV, hindi lang 1 quarter eh. We're gonna wait a while. Yeah, so that's scary.
Yeah.
That
it is scary. Parang I was reading a news about it also, and some friends of mine who are discussing, they're saying that this isn't gonna blow over in the next 6 months. So that's gonna mean the world economy is just gonna plummet down continuously in the next few months, and obviously a lot of people are scared. That's the worst case scenario, but it's also a possibility still. How are you adjusting to this? We're going to talk about the business side of it, which is, the meat of the discussion that I wanted to do with you, because I know a lot of the listeners on the podcast are either entrepreneurs, small and to medium entrepreneurs, and also a lot of freelancers. But first, now that you're a married man, how different is the setup now? How are you and your wife adjusting to it?
We're adjusting by making sure we have enough resources available to us. Meaning, how do I say this? Like, for example, we had a lot of wedding gifts, and now that with the situation now, I mean, diba, kami humingi kami ng cash. Sabi namin, tingin na lang pera kasi we're happy naman with our quaint little condo eh. So, ang dami nagregalo sa amin ng cash. Sana hindi kami hold upin, no? Pero, a part of it, we didn't deposit muna. Kasi sabi namin, parang delikado yung banks ngayon. So, we put it in a safe first. We won't tell you where the safe is, but we put it in a safe first. Kasi nga, delikado eh. You don't know the banking hours. What if we have to go on a grocery run, emergency grocery run? What if we, something happens? So at least you're a bit liquid, no? The cash is abot mo. It's within reach. We're not, even if tapos na yung gastos ng wedding, sabi namin, let's put on hold first yung mga big expenditures. Like, dati sabi namin, uy, tara hanap na tayo ng tickets, honeymoon.
Yeah.
Tapos parang sabi namin, now parang, hold on, we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know if in 6 months, kaya na ba talaga namin mag-honeymoon or hindi pa. Diba?
Yeah.
So, we have to be very frugal and be very cautious about it. A year of saving up for a wedding is good enough practice, saying no first to yung mga shoes na lumalabas. Hirap nito, barkada mo, lahat, puro may hilig sa sapatos.
Sneakerhead, oo.
Diba? Ngayon, 1 whole year, wala kang biniling bago. Parang napag-iwanan ka eh. Pero, and then you realize, kaya ko naman pala mabuhay na with my old shoes Diyos ko.
Exactly.
Parang you don't have to buy new ones every
Mm-hmm.
month. My
Yeah.
goodness. Diba?
I think
So,
that's one of the things also that not a lot of
yeah.
people are discussing online. Parang we really have to make an effort to save up money as early as now. I mean,
Yes.
obviously, medyo late na siya for some people, especially like myself kasi freelancer ako, 'di ba?
Mm.
I mean, we're both freelancers in that sense. You're a chef, I'm a
Yes.
broadcaster. We work by the day, by the hour. And
Yep.
so one of the things that you have to really talk about with your friends and your family and your fellow freelancers is, hey, you have to start rationing your money and your food ngayon pa lang. Like, you have
Yep.
to really think of the worst thing that could happen and prepare for that.
Yes. With this, I don't know, with this whole NCOV situation,
Mm-hmm.
what will happen is, ang ganda ng sinabi sa ng wife ko she's been in the digital realm for the longest time. That's really her bread and butter, no? Digital PR, etc. She gave me a very important statement, and I want to take this chance or opportunity to tell other people listening to this podcast that this might be the most important thing they have to put into their minds right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ang makapag-adapt, the ones who are able to adjust into and pivot into digital are the ones who might be able to survive this.
That's true.
Meaning, let's say in the F&B industry, restaurants, we won't roll over and die, guys. Chefs, restaurateurs all over listening. We can't. What we have to do is convert to digital. We convert
Yeah.
our kitchens into cloud kitchens. No storefront. Cook where you can. If your kitchen is still operational, kaya nyong i-quarantine pa rin naman. Make sure everything is safe. You guys are sanitized. Operator kitchens, delivery, takeout, ganyan. So,
Yeah.
parang lahat kayo naging Amber. 'Di ba?
Yeah, that's true.
Wala namang restaurant yung Amber 'Di ba?
Mm-hmm.
I've been suggesting to my wife, konti na lang mag-yes na siya, na she used to be the host ng Shopee. 'Di ba?
Okay.
Shopee Live, Shopee Quiz. Sabi ko, kung gusto mo gawin mo ulit yan at home. If you have stuff to sell, you have friends have stuff to sell, let's live feed you selling stuff again, like what you used to do in Shopee, right? Get your
Obviously,
friends as
yeah.
guest hosts.
That's actually a
Hey,
great idea. If Trixie
diba?
doesn't want to do that, I'll steal the idea.
You'll both do it together. Diba?
Yeah.
Parang kayong dalawa, diba, nakikita ko may mga spoof na ngayon, diba? May mga meme yung, ito, mine, mag-mine lang kayo. Yung pala, binibenta, plastic bag lang pala. Diba? I've seen those videos
True,
online. They're
yeah.
hilarious. So,
Yeah.
For example, if this prolongs, parang hindi ako mabaliw dito sa condo, I'm gonna do live cooking classes. I want to figure out how to stream it for free, maybe Facebook Live, Instagram Live. You guys are all stuck at home. Wala kayong, nagsasawa na kayo sa niluluto nyo sa bahay. Here's a new recipe for you today. Tomorrow, here's another new recipe. People have to convert to digital. I know some people are ahead of the curve. I know Coach Chappy Calianta, another good friend of ours. He already has online classes for his workouts.
Yeah.
I don't know if you download it or you consult with him, but I know it's online. You just have to contact him and he will give you a workout. Gawin mo to sa bahay. Gawin mo to sa gym nyo. Diba? Kung sarado yung gym nyo, do this at home. These are online workouts.
Yeah.
So people have to pivot to digital. Ganun tayong lahat magsasurvive in this day and age. I saw Rames Marasigan. He streamed a concert the other night. Saturday
did
night.
He? I missed it
night,
then.
Yeah, the first night of the community quarantine.
Yeah.
It was like a couple of hours. May mga guest pa sila. It was his home studio. Ang galing. So parang, to keep you guys entertained. He had more than 1,000 viewers at the same time. Ang dami. As in, ang ganda ng streaming niya. Talk shows. This can be, like this podcast of yours can be done live on a schedule. Diba? Yeah. So it can be a live talk show also. So digital is the key. We have our infrastructure is fast enough now. It's not the fastest, but it's fast enough to take the bare minimum for streaming, etc.
And I have to add also, even if you're not someone who works in front of the camera, or if you're not comfortable with like showing your work to people, like me and Chef, like that's what you were saying, diba, creating cooking classes or talk shows.
Yes.
And some people are not like that. But today I was so encouraged because somebody messaged my website and she said that, hey, I'm a copywriter, I'm a writer, and I can actually do the show notes of your podcast if you need
Oh yeah,
work.
perfect.
I mean,
Yeah.
and so I think that's an inspiration to all of us, not just to start thinking digitally, but also to start thinking, who are the people I can reach out to online that could possibly mean work for me as early as now. Thinking outside of the box that way will really help you survive this pandemic. And as you mentioned earlier, diba, it's adaptability talaga that will help you.
Mhm. Yes. I know even as early as 2 weeks ago, a couple of my neighbors who manage mga theater actors or they sponsor shows, mga theater, bawal na mag-live shows ngayon, 'di ba?
Mm-hmm.
So, they've been telling our neighbors, hey, these theater actors are all looking for work right now. Sabay-sabay nawalan ng trabaho. You need someone who's really awesome in transcribing. You need someone, you just need an EA. Walang pride yung mga yan. They will help you. They will be your assistants. They're just looking for a job right now. They have mouths to feed.
Yeah.
Please hire them if you need an EA. Like, for you, if you need a transcriber, what if all of a
Yeah.
sudden when your YouTube videos, you need someone to make the subtitles, right?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
captions. O sige, ito, so and so. The We're taking a big hit right now. Some of my restos have to shut down first in the meantime because
Yeah.
people say, "Oh, just remain open, pay your staff." It's not that easy, guys.
Yeah.
Um,
So I wanted to go into
yeah.
that actually. The president just announced this evening that, what's gonna
Mm.
happen is a Luzon-wide community lockdown or community quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
Ayaw pa rin nilang gamitin yung term na lockdown, pero
They
technically,
won't. They
basically,
won't.
it's a lockdown already. How is this affecting you as an SME, and what are your plans now in the next few weeks, in the next few months to enable yourself to survive and your whole team to survive as well?
We're gonna play it. We're gonna take it uh, each day at a time because we don't know if we will have enough customers to sustain the online business. For
Mm-hmm.
example, we will like my fried chicken place in BGC. It's called Mimi and Bros. We don't
Which I
know.
love. Sarap na
Oh,
food
thank
yan.
you. We don't know if we can survive, but for us, we have a social responsibility within the BGC for those who live there. Na hey, if you want food, we're here. We've already committed to St. Luke's. Now we will provide the meals at least until tomorrow. No,
Wow.
so we have to continue cooking. We've been actually after this. I'm gonna go back to. We've been doing online meetings via Zoom, Skype, Viber with my team. Na
Yeah.
let's play it by ear. Tomorrow, pag dumami yung checkpoints, ayaw talaga kayo payagang pumasok. I won't take it against you. But if we can, let's go. Let's go and fix this. Let's continue serving hot meals. We've been in coordination with other chefs and other restaurateurs. Ginawa kasi someone mobilized all the chefs, si Carla Reyes of Plaza Catering of
Yeah.
Aristocrat Group. Sabi niya, hindi pwedeng bara-bara tayo na, ay, magandang loob ako ngayon, gusto ko kayo bigyan ng food. Di pwede. We are organizing ourselves. Like Mimi and Bros is so close to St. Luke's. So sila yung nakatoka sa amin na hospital. If people have cash donations, for example, they funnel it towards restaurants para hindi naman, kasi wala na nga kaming customers, tapos magdo-donate kami.
Mamimigay pa
Ang
kayo ng
hirap,
pagkain. Yeah.
mamimigay kami, mahirap yon. There's a lot of trafficking involved. Kunwari, may nag-donate ng manok. Kay Mimi and Bros yan. May nag-donate ng bigas. Dito yan. So that's what we've been doing. And in times of need, the F&B industry has always been there to help. We've always known how to mobilize quickly because
Yeah.
we've always been a supplementary industry to healthcare, 'di ba? Yung mga ganyan because
Mm-hmm.
people always need to eat. Pag calamities, anong unang hinahanap? Food, di ba? Food
Pagkain,
lagi.
yeah.
Pagkain. So we know how to organize quickly. Kaya isang ganun lang ng mga chef, we know what to do. And we're the ones who are most trained to do it. Kasi
Yeah.
if you cook for 200, 300, 500 people, hindi na biro yan, ha? Di ba usually pag sa mga probinsya, yung mga napapanisan ng food, pag malaking party, yung buong barangay.
Yes.
Kasi hindi madali magluto for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Chefs and restaurants are the ones most trained for this. So leave the heavy lifting to us. If you want to help, send us rice, send us, I don't know, raw materials to cook, and then we will make use of it definitely. Ganon.
How are the delivery systems working for you guys now? Because I tried having actually I'm trying to help din mga friends who cook talaga, mga chefs. So I have si Tita Nadia Montenegro who cooks kusina ni Nadia, and what she does is she has like a weekly menu. So nag-order lang ako ng mga ulam ganyan.
Correct.
But it took from QC to Makati maybe an hour and a half because of all of the checkpoints, because
my gosh.
it took so long, and I don't take that against anybody, like understandably so ganun na siya. So how is the whole system now for you guys when you're having food delivered to your customers?
I cannot speak for the logistical part of this. Like for example, we've all heard the president's and the government's proclamations tonight. I don't know if Grab and Lala and all the other delivery services will declare suspension of their services.
Yun nga eh.
Right?
Yeah.
Right now, status quo sila eh. Hindi pa kami ni-inform na, sorry, we can't deliver for you. So we have to push through. I tried over lunch today, late lunch, around 2 p.m., ordering from several restos. Pagdating ni rider sa resto, ay sarado. Diba?
Talaga? Hindi nakikita sa app?
Minsan siguro,
minsan di nagre-reflect.
Or hindi na-update agad dahil ang mabilisan nangyayari lahat eh.
Oh, like we started from community quarantine a couple of days ago, and then now it's just Luzon-wide. And then it's gonna be implemented in what, 2 hours?
People have to be patient. Mas pasensyoso sana ang mga tao ngayon. We have no choice. We have to be a bit patient because hindi ganun kadali for everyone. For example, I know a neighbor of mine who relies solely on delivery. She owns yung Missy's Adobo Flakes. No? SME yan. Sumikat siya sa mga Let's Eat Pare. Masarap ba?
Yeah.
Pag walang delivery, paano?
Wala
diba?
siyang trabaho.
Wala naman siyang restaurant eh. And complete turnaround eh. Kasi 6 months ago, she was calling me crying. Sabi niya, Ed, thank you for helping me sa mga Let's Eat Para. Sabi ko, bakit? Bakit ka nag-emo? Ayoko ng emo. Tapos sabi niya, hindi Ed, because of that, nakapagpatapos ako ng anak ko ng college by selling yung mga adobo flakes niya. Sabi ko, okay, pwede ka mag-emo. Go ahead. Diba? Paano ngayon?
Yeah.
Diba? Paano ngayon? So, we're at a loss right now. We have a lot of group chats. I know some people hate group chats. Parang, dyan nag-umpisa yung mga chismis. Well, we have a group chat with Secretary Berna Romulo Puyat. She was the one who was giving exact info dissemination sa amin kanina na, guys, don't panic. Yung sinabi ni Secretary Bleep kanina na, diba, yung details to follow. Ganyan, ang gulo, diba? So sabi niya,
Magulo
don't panic, ito ang mangyayari. Okay? Yung mga hindi nyo kailangan mag-hoarding, hindi nyo kailangan mag-panic buying. Tuloy pa rin yung mga grocery, whatever. Now, in the press con, sinabi, kung kailangan nyo mag-grocery, only one member in the family pwede lumabas ng bahay. So, weird nun Paano yung pupulis yun? Kunwari hindi tayo magkamag-anak, tara, grocery tayo.
When they said that nga, I was like, my husband will have no idea what to get if I make him do all the things. And then if I do it, everything's gonna be heavy. So, paano na?
Oh man, I woke up with such a heavy feeling this morning. The moment I showered, I got to our living room. I told my wife, you know what? I'll just go for it. Mag-grocery na ako. I have a bad feeling about today. Then everything happened all of a sudden so quickly. Sabi na eh. It was such a weird feeling today eh. So buti na una na ako sa mga lines and everything. Puno pa, hindi pa ubos yung mga bawang sibuyas. sa supermarket
Mm-hmm.
dito sa amin. Mm, I feel for the for the small to medium enterprises. We're part of it a little bit, but yung mga harder hit, we don't even know if they're gonna survive the whole ordeal. Even the big restos in the US. I'm a huge fan of the Momofuku group of restaurants of David Chang.
Yes. I ate there when I was in New York.
He had to announce that he's closing down everything. His restos in New York, in Toronto, in Washington, and in LA, all closing down temporarily. Number one resto in the world, Alinea. I know, no, not Alinea. Noma closing down, and they're all the way in Denmark. Yeah, in Denmark. So this is not a Philippine problem. This is a problem worldwide. Okay, people have to
Yeah.
understand this. I don't want to sound political here, but I don't think it's a prelude to martial law. It's just really us. We have to sit our asses down and behave
Yeah,
and flatten the curve, diba? Sabi nila hashtag
that's
flatten the
true.
curve.
And I mean, when you look at all of the news also coming from Europe, which is now the epicenter of the pandemic,
Yes.
you see everyone who's ever experienced the coronavirus warning countries like the Philippines, who are
To
just
listen.
at the beginning, to
Mm-hmm.
listen
Yep.
and to not think that this is a power move by the government, that the government doesn't care for us,
Yep.
that they're just trying to manipulate us. This whole contamination that's happening can only be saved if we stay at home. And
Yes.
but the thing is though, I understand kasi and I feel for people, especially in the Philippines, because we're not a first world country. You know, we're not a wealthy country. So marami talaga sa mga Filipinos, especially Filipino families who go day by day. Like, you know, you have
Yes.
employees, chef, 'di ba? You probably have to take care of all of these people. Siguro meron sila sa yung protection as a private business owner. But then there are also a lot of parang kumbaga freelancers, quote-unquote, na mga Pinoys na depende lang kung ano mga kuha nilang trabaho, di ba? Meron yung mga namamasukan sa bahay, meron tayong mga construction workers na hindi naman sila contractual. So,
Yeah, here's the thing. I actually heard a senator earlier today say, "Hey, business owners, maliit lang sa inyo yan. Sweldohan nyo pa rin mga yan. Huwag nyo sila papasukin. Sweldohan
yeah,
nyo
so
pa rin
what's
yung
your
mga
take on
yan."
that, chef?
Oh my gosh. No. Today is the 15th, no? We couldn't even complete yung salaries ng staff namin ngayon pa lang. Because the
Mm,
past few days we've been hit hard. So
yeah.
you telling us, make them go home. Eh, ayaw naman namin sabihin sa kanila, ubusin nyo lang leaves nyo. Diba? Basta ubusin nyo yan. Eh, they need actual cash. They need
Yeah.
money. Where are we gonna get money if our restos are closed, our businesses are closed? The math doesn't add up. My take here is, they said, oh, the government will look into financial aid and whatever. We will discuss this maybe April. That's what they said.
Oh my
Tapos
God.
sabi, then yung nag-interview sa radio, I think it was DZMM or CNN, sabi, April,
So, ang
di
gagawin
pa po,
natin?
they need it now. Kasi sabi niyo sa
Yeah.
business owners, now na gawin eh. So dapat kayo rin now. Sabi, hindi, may pera naman yung mga yan. Tatagal yan hanggang April. Oh my gosh, nung narinig ko yun, I was like, not, I mentioned earlier, the F&B industry is gonna, pati bayan na to. We hope and
Yeah.
we pray a lot survive. We don't want this to be a culling na kung sino lang yung malalalim ang mga war chest, sila lang magsa-survive. We hope that a lot of restos make it through this. It's already it's ugly out there. I know you keep on asking me kanina pa, so what are you guys gonna do? What are you guys gonna do? Oh man, we have no idea. My Quezon City restos are closing down first.
Do you know for
Mayor
how
of
long? Is it for
indefinite. Most of the
indefinitely?
signs, most if you look at social media now, most of the restaurants, yung mga announcement nila puro indefinitely. Puro
Even SM
indefinite.
malls, yeah.
Yes. The restos have all been saying, we don't know. Bars definitely wala na. Aanhin nyo yung bars kung curfew. Diba?
Yeah.
Bars are closed. Restos are closing down. I'm gonna try one day tomorrow sa BGC kung kaya namin. Kasi nga, we still need to feed the hospital workers. My QC
Mm-hmm.
restos closed, but I know some LGUs are mobilizing. Si Mayor Joy Belmonte of Quezon City is mobilizing a satellite kitchen in an isolated quarantine kitchen secret location para di nyo bisitahin, para di mo nyo mahawa yung mga ano. And we already requested if she can hire all of our employees there. Sabi niya, they'll
Nice.
definitely look into it para may trabaho pa rin. Sabi namin, lahat naman ng empleyado namin, taga Quezon City din, it won't
Mm.
be difficult for them to travel to that kitchen. Sabi namin, let's go ahead and do this. We will help you. We will support you. I know you probably won't be able to pay them the same exact salary we pay them, but every single peso
At least may
counts right now.
trabaho.
At least may
Yeah.
trabaho.
I mean, that's actually a great idea that I never thought of, that I guess entrepreneurs could probably look into. Kung meron kayong mga employees, right? You can actually talk to people or talk to mga people in power or people who are still running their businesses na pag kailangan nila ng manpower, meron kayo, pwede nyong dun muna pumasok yung mga employees nyo para may trabaho sila in the meantime.
Yes. I won't say na not all LGUs are as proactive as si Mayor Joy. Nagkataon lang talaga kahit nung vice mayor pa lang siya. She was very friendly to the F&B industry. She would really support the food tourism within the Timog Tomas Morato area, the Maginhawa area, the Katipunan area. She was an advocate for food tourism. So maybe naging malapit sa kanya to, and she saw the need for us to keep on feeding the hospitals. Malapit kami sa heart center, lung center. 'Di ba may nickname nga raw yan, East Ave, yung laman loob capital kasi 'di ba heart center, lung center.
Andun lahat, tama.
Oo so there is a need to keep on feeding the frontliners.
That's right.
I've been getting messages kasi I've been trying to stay active on social media now to help, not to post mga galing sa group chat na there's a rumor na ganyan. No, I've been trying to stay active to spread the word, and I think we've been able to help paunti-unti. The small hospitals hindi napapansin. People keep on forgetting. Even our tertiary hospitals need help. Yung sa East Ave Medical Center, one of my doctor batchmate friends messaged me and said, Ed, alam mo ba, wala kami kahit tubig. Sabi ko, tubig? Are you kidding me? Pang-inom? Yeah, pang-inom. So sabi ko, okay, let's mobilize. So again, I talked to yung nag-organize, si Carla Reyes. Sabi niya, no problem. By tomorrow, may tubig na sila. So, ganun It's good that the F&B industry is mobilizing because we need people to be mindful of kung ano yung wala in the smaller. Hindi pwede yung puro lang. This is not a PR ploy for restos, okay? This is really us fulfilling a need. Kasi, di ba? It can be a PR ploy. Peanuts lang naman yung returns nito If ever, di ba? Halos zero returns naman to
I mean, it's really not the time to market. Also, kung PR ploy siya, parang even if you market in a market like this, I don't think it's gonna have any big returns for you because
exactly there are no returns. So if people
can't even eat in restaurants. Oh my gosh.
I hope walang pumuna. That's my only appeal to everyone out there. You know how
dahil lahat ng tao pinupuna na.
Oo, kasi woke ang social media ngayon. Baka mamaya sabihin nila, bakit magdo-donate na lang kayo? Nagpa-picture pa kayo. Para ako. So people know we're donating, so people know where to ask help from, okay? It's that simple. It's not a PR move. It's not. We need people to understand that help is out there kasi some of the frontliners feel so helpless right now. I tweeted something na we're offering free coffee for all frontliners sa Pino. Free coffee, unlimited coffee for all the frontliners. Just show your ID. It went viral. It's my only tweet that went viral ever, I think. Until now, I still get retweets and likes. Paano ngayon after the announcement tonight? Diba? So I can't open my resto. So how will I serve the coffee? So I have no clue what to do. Yung mga, and nakakaiyak yung reply section sa tweet ko and in my IG stories, yung direct messages, nakakaiyak parang, Chef, grabe naman kayo. Alam kong hirap na yung F&B. Nagbibigay pa kayo ng kape. Tapos sabi ko, oh my gosh. Because you need it more than us right now.
Mm-hmm.
The long shifts, the long hours. You need it more than us. We have to be selfless at this time. We kind of have to.
Yeah, that's true. We are also getting a lot of messages from friends and family who work in the medical field
Hmm.
who have been doing 24-hour shifts.
Right?
They've been telling us horror stories of people
Yes.
who don't tell them the truth, like of what
Yep.
they're experiencing, what they're feeling, people who even flee quarantine, and a lot of other, healthcare workers who are also getting sick. So sobrang kawawa talaga. Even the smallest work and move of kindness is they're appreciative of. So sana during this season we just set aside all our judgments, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
set aside all the prejudice that you have of people doing good, kahit na ill-intentioned yung good na yan. Kung nakakatulong naman siya
Hmm.
sa mga tao, bakit mo papupunahin, 'di ba? But
Yep.
obviously, all of the good things, most of the good things that we see on social media now are well-intentioned. And so instead of like punahin mo yan, i-encourage mo na lang yung mga tao na tulungan yung isa't isa and to really do what we can to help out our frontliners.
Yes. That's very true. It's okay lang sana kung ano eh. People are saying yung budget yan sa sundalo nyo binigay sa police dapat binigay nyo sa health workers ganyan. Hey, honestly, I again not to sound political, it's a supply problem, I think. We just
Yeah.
really don't
I saw
we're
that.
having
I
a
saw
hard,
that on
'di ba?
Twitter also. Parang the nurses were saying that the budget is actually pretty good. It's just the
Exactly.
procurement. It's procurement that they have a
Exactly.
problem. So that's why they're asking na
Oo.
they don't need a lot of cash donations. They need in-kind donations of
Mm-mm.
the protection.
Kasi kung cash lang yan, that's where the private sector comes in to mobilize eh.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't ask the private sector to save the government, but you ask the private sector to assist where they can. Like yung mga ganyan, you need pambili ng mga masks, yung ganyan. The problem is, ito
Mm.
pambili, nasan yung masks?
Wala tayong mabibilhan ng mask.
Oo.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, Chef, it's been such an amazing time being able to talk to you and kind of explore your story as a chef entrepreneur and how you're really adjusting to this whole COVID-19 pandemic. But any
Yeah.
last message as a private citizen now on what you think we can do to help out not just ourselves but the people around us as well?
Uh, my final message would be stay at home. Let's all help flatten the curve. If there are restaurants that you know are open and you know they deliver, support them if you can. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
you might not be a fan of that resto. People have their biases towards restos na, ayoko dyan, hindi masarap yan. Eh kung sila na lang yung bukas, you might as well support them, man.
Yes.
Diba?
Huwag ka na umarte.
Wag ka na umarte. Yan na yun eh. Just help them out. Just let's do what we can. If you know of people who are willing to donate, like raw materials, like sugar, rice, whatever, water, you can get in touch with Carla Reyes. Carla with a K. She's on Facebook. On her other social media channels, I believe her account is called Quiche the Cook. Quiche
Mhm.
like the French pastry.
Yeah.
Quiche, the Quiche, Quiche the
CHE.
Cook. Yeah.
Mhm.
She also owns La Petite Fromagerie. It's a cheese business. They own Aristocrat, so it's easy to find her. If you want your restaurants listed on directories so that people know that you are operational, you get in touch with this really great photographer friend of ours, Miss Gabby Cantero. Gabby made the visual aid website, um, showing us where you can actually still have your food delivered and how. Sasabihin na yung instructions. Pag itong resto within Taguig, grab sila. Pag itong resto within Quezon City, Lala move sila.
Mm.
Look for Gabby Cantero. There, the help is out there. We just all have to connect right now. That's the point of having social media, to make the world smaller. Um, Let us all reach out if you need help. Let's all reach out if you can provide help. There.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chef Eds. I learned so much, and
No,
honestly, it's really
thank
just
you. Thank
nice
you.
to hear someone who's also a business owner, I mean, obviously everyone's struggling right now with what's
Mhm.
happening with the COVID-19 pandemic, but it's nice that, the focus is still with doing what we can as private citizens, business owners, and freelancers, or wherever you are in your life, to help the people who are working hard to contain this whole situation. So, salamat, Chef.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Joyce.
Yes, we'll talk again soon. We'll keep doing this remote version of Adulting with Joyce Pring. The next time, we'll ask you guys, our listeners, to send in your questions for Chef, and if we can actually have Erin Ataide on the show, we do that.
Sure.
Awesome. Thank you, Chef. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.